Good evening, Miss Drew. How are you, dear? I'll be with you just now. All right. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome. Ish, technology. Technology is throwing me flammy. Anyhow, anywho, we are here. Hi, Tando. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Hi, darling. Hi, darling. Good evening, ladies. How are you?
Hi. I'm good, and you?
I am good. I'm good. I can't complain.
Dumelang, dumelang.
Dumela mme, dumela mme.
Le kae bagolo?
E gona
Teng,
mmalo kae?
Le bona re teng bagolo. Why am I being called? Because ke audience today.
Oh, bless you, the whole you audience. How what banna?
Audience, ke monyane ditabeng. Bo mme le bo ntate. Ke ikutlwa ke le monyane. Ke ikutlwa ke fokola. Ha
Ikutlwa
ke
o le
kene
fokola.
hara dikakapa ke sefokolo.
Miss Drew. I what's again sister Rini today ko wa re khala what's again bona o re lahlela kwa a nigesa
Gore yena ke
ona go ba le
audience.
ditabe
Motho ke audience today.
hey what's again
Ke audience. Ke audience.
wow guys no today we are talking about disclosure which seem to be a challenge as always.
Yeah.
Living with HIV, it's a catch-21 situation, and sometimes it feels like because we have walked the walk and we have been on the journey, it's like when we talk, we are inconsiderate. We just say things because they need to be said.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we are here to share, to talk, to get to understand how people are feeling. What is the challenge with disclosure? What are the challenges? What is the fear about? Is it about rejection? Is it about stigma? What are the pros and the cons of not disclosing as well? Because in everything, there's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Mm.
Yes. So hence we are here. Uh, So if we can just get right onto it, they'll catch the train moving. I I like to believe I'm good with time management and keeping time. I don't want to keep people waiting and sitting here the whole evening because me, I know I can talk. I can talk a lot.
And Vela, you are good. Time conscious, ne?
Very. I'm very time conscious because I know time is money.
Yeah.
And after work, you know when you are working 9 to 5, after work you have things that you want to do. You still want to rest. You still want to do this and that. So as we are working 24 hours, we don't worry. We'll sleep during the day.
Right?
People who
You
are
don't know that.
self-employed, we have flexibility of time. So yeah.
Okay.
It's so weird that the people that requested me to talk about this are not coming through. So I'm not sure. Anyhow, we continue. We carry on with those that are here. So for the sake of those who don't know me, my name is Mpuseng Nkhato. I'm living positively with HIV for the past 25 years, 17 years on ART, over 15 years undetectable, and out of all those years, 7 years I was in denial. So that's just me. So Miss Drew, if you can introduce yourself, please.
Okay. Good evening, guys. I'm Audrey Kumalo, Miss Drew. um, I'm living with HIV for the past 21 years. I've been on art for 15 years. And yeah, I'm fully disclosed. I don't care about
Yes,
stigma. I don't care about discrimination. That's me. I don't care
yes.
what people say. Yeah. So I live my life the way it pleases me.
You live your life like it's golden, girl. Live your life like it's golden. Hi, Crazy. Yeah, no, we only have we get given one chance at this life thing, and we've got to do it the best way we know how. And ours here is to support, to educate, and for me mainly it's to support. Hi Enzo Kuhle, how are you, darling? So what are some of the challenges that people face when it comes to disclosure?
um, it's rejection, number one.
Mm,
Rejection. Once a person rejects you, it means they are stigmatizing you. They are discriminating you.
mm,
I still get rejected even today. I've been rejected so many times. I don't know how many times, but even today I still get rejected. But it doesn't hurt me anymore. It
mm,
doesn't hurt me. I'm just taking it like it's nothing for me.
mm,
And the people who are rejecting me is okay. Let me give you an example. I was admitted last month. I'm sure you saw some of the videos, né? And the life
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I was admitted for mental health depression, and then I met this guy in hospital. He was also admitted. We liked each other, and the minute
mm,
when we were at psychologist group sharing our problems, why we were there. And then I mentioned my status. The guy changed.
Oh,
He didn't speak to me the whole day.
You?
And the next day, and then that second day in the evening, I sent him a text because like men and women are not staying in the same wards. There's a men's ward and a
mm,
women's ward. So I sent him a message. I asked him, "Are you done with your meeting? I know you were hosting a meeting on your own. Are you still busy with the meeting?" And he said, "Which meeting?" Mara, the meeting, yeah, my status. I saw you for you changed. You haven't spoken to me in the for the past more than 24 hours. So usatwere meeting
yeah,
now. Eh, and he said,
mm,
I was not expecting that.
yeah,
And if you were not expecting that, why don't you talk about it? You just
Mm.
quiet one ghost and we are in the same place. We are going to the
yeah,
same classes. We attend the same
yeah,
class. We have to attend OT classes and psychology,
mm,
but he's busy what docha. So and then he said no, he was scared. I said, I mean, like I've been being positive doesn't make me less of a human. I'm still human. I'm still
Mm.
Mr. Yeah.
mm.
Ke nna ola o ntse o bua le ena o re one like her. So that means your like was nearly maaka,
Yeah, it was conditional.
nearly conditional.
Mm.
Yeah, ya fela gona mo.
Mm.
And then after
No.
I was discharged, he said to me, he sent a text, "A re wa gopolega." I just blocked him. I answered him. I responded. I responded and blocked him. I didn't give him another chance to talk. I said, after rejecting me, I didn't
Mm.
expect you ke a gopolega. O gopola eng? And then I
O
just
hopola, o mo hopola jwang? Because I'm still the
exactly.
same person.
I'm still the same person. So I just blocked the guy and some maybe a week ago I saw him following me on TikTok. I said, yo, he's now following me on TikTok.
Yeah, no, I can remember, Miss Drune. Sometimes when you tell people, I was at an
Mm.
event this weekend, and I was listening to people introducing themselves and everything. And when it came to me, I just said who I am and I said my status and everything. And like the mood changed for a moment there. I was like, okay. And now it felt like I'm out of place for somehow. But
Mm.
then the funny part became when people I go to the bathroom and they follow me and they want to talk to me like
Private.
nobody should see me talking to you. Like you now have something. You now have a rash all over your face that you are not approachable, that you are no longer the same person that they were interacting with before. So you still get rejected for disclosure. Hi, go call to self. You get rejected every day of your life. You still get rejected, but for me, it's the relief that comes after, because at the
Disclosure.
very early beginning, you really know who you are dealing with and what you are dealing with.
Yes.
Because I always say, who pretend doesn't last long. It doesn't. It's a moment's thing, and the people will show you who they are. And don't try to paint the color. If it's black, it's black. Don't paint it white.
Exactly.
I want to play
Yeah.
the devil's advocate, ladies. Um,
Eh,
as because I try to put myself in the shoes of somebody.
Your network is coming. Yeah.
Serious. Awu batho network e kajeno.
Hawa mara nna ka
Hi,
o bua.
Nolozi.
All right.
Welcome to.
Hi,
Mm,
Nolazi. So I'll start with the issue of shame.
mm,
Hore, you are talking about the years that you've traveled this journey. And
mm,
I think it would be good for each of you to share your journey, because you didn't wake up and you just didn't care about rejection. You had to go through a process. So
mm,
I would like to ask for people that are new in this journey, for you to share your journey, especially into how you finally got to a place where you don't care whether people accept you or don't accept you, and what you tell yourself when that happens. Because all of us, guys, in the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, we have the need for loving and belonging. All of us, no matter who you are. So
mm,
we might say, "Hi, you are enough." As human beings, we were born to not live in isolation, but
mm,
because it's not just romantic relationships, even friendships, just
mm,
friendships with people, they can reject you. Even work, at work, people can reject you. So if you can share your journeys there. Number
mm,
two, uh, I would also like you to share with the people on the other side of this journey. Hore, how would you like people to respond to you disclosing? What would be acceptable? Uh, because maybe, for example, the guy who liked Miss Drew, uh,
mm,
maybe he needed time to go and process this. So I don't know, that's just me. Yes, it was good to ask, oh, are you still having a meeting? But maybe to also put yourself in his shoes, or when you were having the conversation, yes, it's not like it's a must for you to disclose to him individually, but then to put yourself in his shoes to say, maybe it was a shock. So he still first needed to deal with the shock and then deal with his own feelings. And then once that is processed, he's ready to have a conversation and to maybe just hear him out. What happened, what was going on. You are wise enough to know if somebody is lying to you, because the default mode would be, I may then it means all he wanted was sex.
mm,
Because why would somebody reject you like that if the only thing they were not thinking of is, how am I going to have sex with this person? But maybe to, like, yeah, empower people as to, when I disclose to you, what is it that I expect? And I don't expect sympathy, but I expect empathy. And if the communication, that you would like people to then have, because yeah, I'm trying to bring you to the other side as to, when anybody discloses anything, we all have shame. Because shame is another thing that people are struggling with. We spoke about this with Coach Mpuseng. At times the individual themselves have not accepted themselves, they have not reached their acceptance stage, and then now there's relationships where people have to disclose, and at times um, on the medical side, for example, when somebody would struggle with disclosing to somebody that they feel they need to disclose to this person, we are there as support. Not, let's say I'm married and then now I'm positive, but my partner is negative, or we are in a committed relationship. What we do as healthcare professionals would be to say, okay, I'll be there to support you when you tell this person about your status. So maybe to also talk about the support that is available, to, when if somebody feels like they want to tell somebody, but they have that fear, that anxiety, that shame, things like that. Yeah, I'll leave it there for now.
Okay, looks like Osimpuseng is still busy.
O
Uh,
busy ka di-picture o Simpuseng.
no, I. Yeah, yes, Miss Drew, you can.
Okay. Now I tested in 2003. I was pregnant. Um, I had a cheating partner. So hakilo tester it just, yeah, nor positive inje. But before restarta ho data I was negative. So um when I told him hore I tested and the results are positive, so you also need to go and test, and he said to me, Hagina AIDS. He said to me, and Hagina AIDS. And I said, and it was that time, vele, stigma
Mm,
corner. That time, never even does Z3.
yeah.
So I said to him, no, you need to go and test. And
Mm,
then we went to the clinic. I could see him, he was shaking, RMQ, and then I think we were number 3, and then he said, no, now I can't. And he left.
mm,
I ngwana atla and things didn't go well, relationship ya pana. I life ya tswela pele ra phela separate, and then now I had this thing ya hore okay, I got counseling ka ba sharpo. Unfortunately ngwana a ba sharp. Remember that time we were given nevirapine
mm.
when una le labor pains.
Oh.
So yeah, so
Yeah,
we decided to stop breastfeeding ka godisa ngwana a nwa formula.
yeah.
So before ke tlo accept my status pila, like I had this thing ya hore I'm gonna die, mara ke na le di-doubts, like I didn't tell anyone ko gae, but somehow my elder sister find out because of me going to the clinic every now and then. She
Mm,
ended up finding out. She found my results. Remember, people who were HIV positive used to get a social grant. So
Mm,
she
yes, yes.
found my the results tsaka tse ne di confirm gore HIV positive.
mm,
I was supposed to go to SASA and like non-searcher. unsearch, and we were not that close gore ne ke tla disclose. So like I remember she had a new phone, yeah, contract, and the one who comes after me, my younger sister, stole too much, and she stole my sister's phone, a phone ka yon, where and she was unable uh, to delete the numbers on her phone. So
Yeah.
when my sister check a phone, are ke mang na phone ka phone ya ka, and then no, I don't know. I suspect nna cause she knew who na I'm the older one, ke nna ke jolang. And then
Obvious.
yeah, and the other one are she just kept quiet until are yeah, o founa ka phone ya ka, and then no ka o botsisa o re wena o itse ebile ko botsa mama gore wena o na le HIV.
Mm.
Eh.
Mm.
And then my younger sister are hey ke nna hey tlogela o a se yena she knew I told yena fela cause we were very close.
Mm.
So that's ke mo ke boneng hore so like my own sister o nketsa so the relationship ya rona it went worse because of we until I think it was twice or thrice, and yeah, I couldn't talk to her ka yona. I only had my younger sister, and then when she started smoking drugs I had no one.
Mm.
Mm.
And the time when I tested, my dad was sick and he passed. Ke setse ka mama had stress sa o wa di-drugs, I couldn't disclose. O na le problem ya di-drugs, monna hae o tlhokafetse, and then when you come ka HIV, yo
Yo.
ke tshaba like
Yeah.
we only disclosed and not direct after 6 years of living with HIV. And then before ke fitla mo 6 years like I was like when I look at myself on the mirror, ke re mara wena ba
Mm.
rona le HIV wena. Aowa.
Mm.
Ke nwa ene ke botlhaba yong strong. I
Mm.
used to smoke le cigarette
Default
like
mode.
bona ne ke inwela like ke inwela ke le happy nje ke inwela until I started losing weight. My CD4 count ya drop to it was 2008 when I the last time I checked. Yeah, 19. When my CD4 count was 19, they gave me a referral letter to hospital. I went there. Guys, the first counseling, they opened the file. The first counseling, the second counseling, they said they need a treatment partner. Yo,
Mm.
I had no one. My younger sister was on drugs. She's the only one who knew, and I like Naste Nkohai. She was out there. I didn't know where, so I never went back to the hospital. Ka tswela pele ka life ele ya ka ya go groove. Ka groova, ka nwa, I smoked, all those things. I started losing weight. It was now 2009. Um, and then I said, I remember like my younger sister was ba mo kry-ile a tla gae, and then she a fedile and all those things, but at least I had someone to talk to ka re wa bona hore I'm not okay now. So mama is starting to be suspicious
Mm.
and she's asking questions. Can you please tell mama, and can you tell her because I ke kgone. And she said
Mm.
to me, okay, I'll talk to mama, and then after I'll tell you hore ke buile le yena. And then I used to wake up every morning ke feel sick. Ke ya gae. I was not working. Ke ya gae, when I get home ke nna sharpo. In the evening I come back for almost 2 weeks. Kanti mama knows what's going on ka nna.
Mm.
This and that day nje ke le ko gae, and she called me o three e tla re bua. Yo, and mama o itse ga o biletsa ko kamoreng a tswala monyako like yo ke thomo nna depressed gore what did I do.
Hore
Ramutaba,
yo,
like
ke di
Taba ela ya
entseng.
respect. My mom o very strict and una le seriti se sengwe so ne re Ramutaba ela ya respect. Are okay, you can sit down. Morin are wena HIV positive. Yo, ka utlwa ha wetse ke pelo aka e re gugu 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 gugu. Ka nna so ka re are okay, mpolelle. Ka ra ke khone. Are o dire ka re ma are you HIV positive? Ka re yes. Are o dire gore ke mama hao ene ke a o rata ka re So how long have you been positive? Ka re 6 years. O dire the whole 6 years living with HIV and then o sa bue next. Ne ke tshaba ne ke bona o na le di-problem like so I didn't want to be another problem hape. Kore le that time a re mpolelle ka re mphe pene le page I'll write it down. I can't. A re itla kwano ang hug and I ended up ke ba emotionally. A re so re etsa yang where to from here o checkile neng bo di-CD4 count are you on treatment eng ka re I'm losing weight so it shows you I'm not on treatment and okay I tried to we are spetlele but I didn't have a treatment body so nna ka setlele ke boela and then she said to me okay do you mind ke bue le mme wa ka mo next door like ke professional nurse na need like some advice from me ne really close le Mike wa bona ebe ke re no I don't mind and then I bua le Mike said to me maybe it was after 2 days I don't know there's this NGO ke clinic-nyana ya batho ba HIV positive and they are very good can I take you there ka re yes so they started ka go tester just to confirm because they didn't have any records so they tested me ba tseya le kore ba testa ba tseya CD4 count ba tseya viral load at once everything just to confirm that time my firstborn was 9 years old guys do you see gore breast ya ka e kanang I didn't this breast was gone I didn't have like ke setse ka cup A size I was wearing my daughter's clothes she was 9 my clothes were very big disantekan and then after ke tester they called me I think after 3 to 4 days and lucky enough I didn't have TB and they started me on ART the viral load copies were over 1,000,000 and the CD4 count was 1
Nah.
and then like I called my family and disclosed to all of them and told them how I've started my treatment so I don't know gore le feel yang but if lanrata le tlang amohela the way ke leng ka teng but if anang le problem I don't know ke tla batla info and give you information those ba ba khonang go ipatlela information ka HIV then they will do their own research I family ya ka ya ba welcoming because there was my uncle who was HIV positive before but at that time like ne ba mo treata he had his own things and what ke ntwe like I was scared of for once I disclose it
Isolation.
yes they will treat me and on all those things so yeah that's when I started coming out and go clinic they were using me as an example they would call me gore o kae ausi o wa CD4 count ya 1 come and encourage people ba bantšha mo tleliniking e tla o tlo bua le bona like I would used to stand there you ke bua ka experience ya ka because of within 4 weeks of starting treatment they took my viral load just to check how the treatment is working, and then I was virally suppressed since then,
Mm.
2009. At the
Wow.
2000. So since then, I'm U equals to you.
Praise
Until today.
God.
So I got
Wow.
a chance ya go ya body trainings. I started really a support group facilitator. Ka kry more trainings and what ka nna counselor, and then another the training tse dingwe wa bona, until
Mm,
today. So ke bereka as a peer mentor, ke mentora our adolescent girls and young women. I'm working
mm,
for Department of Health. So yeah, still really no, we still have a challenge, yeah, disclosure.
mm,
We still have, but ish, I think gore ke di winner ka di one-on-one, because yes, we'll do the groups, we have postnatal clubs, we talk about those kind of things, ba bangwe ba fitlhela di partner and what. But now what I do is, when you come, because ke bona ba ba pregnant, when you come ka first booking, the
mm.
second time I need your partner, ke batla partner ya hao, I'll do HIV test to both of you, ke nyaka di couples testing to avoid, but ola a haida, so ola a fitla, ola a etsa eng, to avoid hore ba fitlhelane wa bona.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I do. And if I find like maybe I test you for the first time and then the results they are positive, ke a mmolelela gore ke kopa o disclose today,
Mm,
and bona ke mo fa le HIV SS, yeah, self-test. I test the
mm,
partner and give me the results. If the positive, they come together to confirm le monna abe initiate we on art.
mm.
So that's ke ka mokgwa nna ke berekang ka teng, because of re avoida this thing ya gore motho a deale le the status on her own or what, and
Mm.
teach them le ka disclosure, the importance of disclosure, especially to your partner, especially
Yeah.
to your partner, especially to ngwana wa hao ola a belegweng ka HIV, those who are born with. From 11 years old, it's full disclosure.
Mm.
Okay, o thole ngwana a na le 17 years a nwa ARV, but a se sure gore o nwa eng.
O nwa eng?
And then ngwana ha ka google that ARV, that's why bana ba ipolaya.
Mm.
Ba
And le
tlhoka
anger.
yes, ba nna le anger.
Yeah,
So
even le anger ya hore, why can you hide such from me? What if ngwana salo already sexually active? Because
exactly.
that is the other problem ya hore we don't talk to our children. Yo, Miss
Mm,
Drew, honestly, thank you so much, because on all of us have it. Me and you, we have been on the journey, and
mm,
like you were saying when you started that, um we are still getting rejected for disclosing, but with time and the support that you have, you get to grow a thick skin, somehow you grow a thick skin, or whatever happens, happens. Like
mm,
also, I was saying when I started that I was in denial for 7 years prior to
yeah.
me accepting my own status. So it's very important. Utlhola Cholo, one of my friends, disclose to yourself first. And once you have gone through that process, yeah, ya wena o acceptile. Yes, it's a journey, guys. It's not something that you wake up in the morning and you say, okay, I'm HIV positive, so what?
Mm,
The world must just make way and make space for me. You go through the journey, you go through the process, yeah, denial. I was in denial. Denial yone ke entse full 7 years, because also at that time when I first tested, it was 1998. So at that time, HIV was like, it was a new thing. It was still
mm,
new. There was no proper systems in place. So I got 3 different results in different occasions. And on the other hand, here I am dealing with STIs, then I'm dealing with cancer, and then now here I am, I'm getting a divorce. I am going into a depression and all. So I chose at that time, there's so many battles I can fight at a time, and this one, this foreign thing that nobody even is sure what it is, let it sit there. And unfortunately, at that time, my family was not involved in my life that much. I was staying there, they were there physical. However, we were not talking like we are now. And in 2006, I had shingles, right?
Eh?
Well, I had shingles on the one side of, and it was also my mom was just taking me to doctors, homeopaths, and she was also not sure what she was dealing with. And
Hmm.
I remember even her getting a nanny for me, a person who would help me bath
Hmm.
and dress me because she was a working person. I was home at that time. I came back from the marriage and relocated completely. Now I'm here. 2000 and I get better. 2007, impete.
Oh.
Impete shingles. Now it comes on the other side. I'm losing weight. I I am a fraction of myself. I was looking for that picture after in 2007. Now I'm having also pneumonia. And when I finally got to the hospital, they test me and I'm given the results. When they come and give you the results, it was a heart, they call it heart at that time. And uh, they were asking me, do you need somebody in to come and sit with you? I said, no, my sister is here. She's here. She must just come. And they told me my CD4 count, at that time I had full blown AIDS with me as well. It was full blown AIDS because of other things that I was going through. So
Hmm.
here I
The
am having here.
opportunity.
Yeah, here I am full blown AIDS. CD4 was 54. But I can't even remember with the what's this thing? The viral load. Uh and it was like, okay, now this is now my new reality. This is my new um thing. And I remember that the first person that I remember clearly disclosing to was my employer. They came to visit me. I was in hospital. They come to visit me. The CEO came and one of the directors, they come visit me. And I'm like to them, guys, Bona, here's the situation. I have full blown AIDS. I can die. Anything can happen to me anytime. So you must just, it's only fair for me to let you know. I don't know what came to my mind when I was telling them. I was just telling them for the sake of being transparent because they had never given me a reason not to trust them with any information. So I disclosed to them. And the what happened then was the CEO just looked at me and said, you can't die. You must just tell us how can we help and help you to make this better. And I was like, and I'll need a laptop so that I can keep my mind busy and working. I was in hospital. The next day, the laptop came, and that was it. That was it. And for the longest time, I shot a podcast not so long ago in August. I only discovered that one of my brothers, whom I thought in my head, because he's been so supportive, he was the first person who actually diagnosed me. He said, "But sister, you never disclosed to me."
Mm.
Yes, I know you are positive. I know you are positive. You are so open about it, you are talking about it, but you never had a conversation with me and to say to me, brother, I am positive. And in my naivety, I didn't even think that far about him, because I say this person is the person who diagnosed me. How did I not disclose to him? So I also am still saying disclosure is not what we coming out to the public and telling the world that this is my reality. And the closest people to you, even my mom was saying to me, my child, you never disclosed to me.
Mm.
Yes, I knew. Yes, she would take me to the clinic. She would, buy things for me. She will try different menus for me. But she was like, but you never disclosed and told me out, like, spell it out for me to say, Mama, I'm HIV positive. And
Yeah.
it was really also for me an eye opener to say, okay, even if I am out there, I still need to be disclosing every time, just like I am disclosing to myself every day. The people
Every day.
around me, the people that I thought in my head they knew, and that was it. But when they were saying it, I was like, okay, uh, okay. And yes, I used to think my mother is in denial. So when she was explaining to me what her denial was about, it's only then that it made sense to me. Oh, okay, I am in denial because you have never disclosed to me. Yes, I support you. Yes, I know you drink ARVs at 9, but you never told me.
Mm.
Not even written a letter or sent me an SMS or something, nothing. So I could understand. I could
Not.
completely understand. And when it comes to relationships, like romantic relationships, I when immediately when a person starts the conversation starts going there, that's my first port of call and say, hold up, let's talk here. Uh, I'm HIV positive. So are we continue with the conversation or it ends here? So that I don't, because as I don't know if it's me only, but as women we catch feelings quickly as well. Very, very fast and furious. We catch feelings. So before I catch feelings, let me release myself here
Yes,
and
that's
now.
what I
Yes.
do.
Yeah, so that I don't, and that is why my second marriage lasted 6 months, because I couldn't understand how do you say I want to make you sick, and yet you don't know your own status.
Mm.
When I
Mm.
have disclosed the first day that we met, and anyway, you already had information about me. So what is it that you really are on about? So it's one of those things that disclosure is an everyday thing, and rejection and stigma will also be an everyday thing.
Yes. Hmm. I
So
remember
to and
my.
when people that are newly diagnosed, where if they think that when you are we are counting this years that we are counting, you are saying 21, I'm saying 25, it has been an easy journey or it gets easy with time. It doesn't. It actually gets tougher with time, because we are also going up. I'm 51 now, and yeah. I don't see myself having a mkhulu atweneletsang dislepara in 9 years time.
You are better. At least you are over 50 and you are saying that. Imagine me. Now I'm 40 and I was diagnosed with diabetes, type 2 diabetes after getting COVID ka 2021. And then after 3 months it's hypertension
Yeah, sure.
and cholesterol. Like that time I had this. I was not praying. I had conversation with God. Ka re, Modimo, why me?
Mm,
I ke gopola the first time when they said you are diabetic, we are starting treatment. Ka re, I get diabetic, and if you give me that medication, I'm not gonna drink it. And somebody else why me who need a medication or ke tlo tseya and I'll put it in the wardrobe somewhere in my house, but I'm not gonna drink it.
the first thing, your default mode, it becomes my it becomes denial. Hora, not me. Just like me, when I was my thing with when I first tested positive, I was like, no, not me, me, the faithful wife, me, the praying burner, me, the prayer warrior. God cannot do this to me. He cannot.
Mm,
And
mm.
until that was the purpose at the end of the day, and God's plan is bigger than us.
That's
It's
why I ended up asking myself, if
mm,
not me, then who?
if not you, who?
Eh,
Honestly,
yeah.
if not you, who should carry that? And I always also say that I think God gives the toughest tests to a person. Kore, you get tested. And me, also, I must say to the people that are listening here, that me, I was very suicidal as well. When I was in my depression mode, I attempted suicide 3 times. And the 3 times it failed. I There was also murder attempts at me in my previous place of work, and it didn't work. So all those things, when you sit down and you ask yourself and you say, oh, okay, all right, now God, I get the message. So what
Yeah.
next? What do we do
Mm,
next? What do we do here? I am now giving up and saying, okay, I'm willing to work with you. Take me through the process.
mm,
So disclosure, honestly, for me, and now for me, the other thing that has shocked me the most is the how the law operates when you don't disclose to a person. I get it. Like in our relationships, we don't. When we meet somebody, we fall in love, and when we fall in love, um, and when we fall in love, we decide not to follow the due process, whereby you will go get tested prior to you going cloth.
mm.
But we run into these things, and then now you know you are positive. You know that you are positive, and you don't tell the other person, and at some point somewhere they decide to go and test, and they find that they are positive. Who are they going to blame? You. Or sometimes you don't even do the pre-testing before you even get into the sec. You just take it. Wa bona
Because
Miss Doof o fresh jwang. Ai, it's a lie.
it's
Le ha wena o e bua.
how sheba so are no, this one is
Yeah.
so beautiful. She can be.
Yeah, no, she
like
can't be.
like
No, no, Lundi, my darling, I see your comment. Like I'm saying, I'm sorry for your loss. Like I'm saying, God's plan, sometimes you never understand it. You will never ever understand it. And we are here to support you in whatever way. Mourn, but at the end of the day, you need to get up, dust yourself, and live your life. You
mm,
deserve to be happy. You deserve to live your life to the fullest, and you deserve happiness. I mean, like I'm saying that I attempted suicide, guys, so it didn't work. It didn't work.
yes,
So
now.
yes, we do ask God why. Yeah, we always do ask God, why me? Why whatever? No. It is one of those things. It is honestly one of those things that happens in life. I don't know what's happening here. There's something that says drag what, I'm not sure, guys. And then it says,
Drag it and combine them.
okay,
It's security check.
oh,
Yeah,
okay, all
yeah.
right. Yeah, it was
Um,
it was difficult English there.
I,
Yeah,
I, I want to say something to Nolundi and
yeah,
about, what I learned from each and every story, including you ladies' stories.
mm,
Um, and I also want to correct us, the people of God. God does not bring turmoil in our lives. We need to be very sure about that.
mm,
Uh, we always talk about Jeremiah 11. God's plan is never to harm us, but
mm,
to prosper us and give us a good life. That is how He is. That's His nature.
mm,
However, uh, because the devil knows, he knows how great you are, how big you are, and the plans that are there about you. And because he hates us that much,
mm,
he also brings all these things in our lives. But then again, the very same scripture says God uses anything, all situations.
mm,
He uses them, good or bad, for the
mm,
good, for the good. Um, so we and I think that's why he had to come to show as an example. Who, look, even my son went through pain.
mm,
And the beauty we learn about Jesus' tears, Jesus' pain, is after each and every pain, after each and every cry. He cried when his friend Lazarus died. He cried at the cross. But let's look at what came after that. The greatness that came after that. He
mm,
resurrected somebody from death. He himself was resurrected from death. So when there is a turmoil in your life, just be sure that something big is on the pipeline.
mm,
Something big. And
mm,
that is why you are being attacked. That's why you are being attacked, because there's something big. So, yes, we go through pain, we go through all these things. You've said your stories. Right now, people see women who are victorious, who have made it. But you had to go through like grapes. You had to go through the wine press. to be this wine that you are now, to be this salt that you are now. You had to be broken, broken to pieces, where you just exist. You don't even live, you exist. But then look at your testimonies today. We look at you and it's like you never went through those things. So my sister, I don't know anyone who is successful, who is victorious, who never had to go through the wine press, through pruning, through, all kinds of painful seasons. But just know there is a light. There is a light. And He is a good God. He is a good God, always and always.
Yes, amen. Amen and amen. You see, this is why we do what we do every day. And like I said, we learn as well. We still learn every day. When you walk away from our interactions, you have learned something new. You have learned something about yourself that you were not aware of. And thank you very much that we have the support that we have. Uh, we enjoy. Not for me also support. It's very important to have those to run to. Miss Drew is always a phone call away, and I know I can always knock on her door. I know Didi being my sister is not only I don't look at her only as being my sister, my motho she's still my mentor in a whole lot of things. And
Yeah.
every time we have conversations, I come out even a better person than I was when I started. So thank you so much, Didi, for that. And yeah, Miss Drew, thank you very much for joining. And
Thank you for
I just
having
hope,
me.
we were, there's one thing that that I didn't respond to about shame as a contributor to non-disclosure. Um, you know, like Didi was saying, the devil will bring you to go into your corner and doubt the greatness of God and the purpose of God about your life. And now you start being shameful obale batho bazothini syndrome.
Mm.
And the batho bazothini syndrome, it's nothing else but shame. It doesn't matter. I always say, for me, I don't care how a person look at a child that is born with HIV. Look at a person that is in a marriage. Look at a person who is in a committed relationship. What about the nurses that are at the hospital that you are attending to an emergency? Sometimes you even forget that you need to put on gloves. Here's a person, blood is drooling all over, and your first instinct is to save a life. And accidentally, now you are infected. What then? Are you going to stop and say, oh, you are even now ashamed of your profession because you are an HIV positive professional nurse? Are you going? Our parents, a lot of parents that the older generation that is testing positive now, you find that this person has been a widow for the longest time of their life, but now she's testing positive because she has been taking care of her kids that came that come we go home when we are sick, and our parents will just be taking care of us without even being cautious of what is happening. Now when they test positive, they must now come and explain. We are still asking people, how did you get it? Njani? in this at this point in time. So for me, that is not important. Yeah, and shame puts us in difficult position. Yeah, or in a corner, feeling sorry for yourself, not going out there to get help, because fortunately now there's a lot of help. There are
Yeah.
people like Women's Drew. You DM her, she will talk to you. You DM us at Youth Matters. We have services. We have a vast services that we offer. We do have mental health programs. We have HIV care and support, whereby we just support each other without fear or favor.
Mm. I, and now I still have
Yeah,
people
and I think, I
who,
mean,
who
what I'm learning from Luna is also that, look, guys, I don't have any chronic illness, but we share something common: divorce. We know how, when you are a divorcee, it's like you have cancer, it's like you have leprosy, you are a failure, you couldn't hold a man, you couldn't hold your family, you know, all those things. And we all had shame. We all had shame, hore, "Ao, nna ke entse jwang," you know. So on the other side of shame, there is so much beauty, because there's a survivor in you. So instead of feeling shame, one, we know that divorce, yes, the priests and the Christians and those people that are next to God are gonna tell you it's a sin. Yes, it's a sin. We know that. But with that sin, there's also grace when we repent to say, God, this was never my intention. I repent, I ask for forgiveness, and I am willing, I have learned from this lesson, and you leave it there. I carry you have brought it to the cross, you leave
Yeah.
it there. It stays there, and you move on with your life. With your life, because after you have repented, you have asked for forgiveness, now you are a new creation. You shouldn't continue to live in that fame, in that shame. And we've gone through it. I mean, I went through 2 years of shame and like feeling like, yo, wow, how do I even walk with my head up? But here we are. Here we are. We walk tall. Yes, we are divorcees. So what? So what?
mm.
Yeah.
And there are people who will secretly come to you, but need advice. I remember the time when community ba mpega ba re nna ke tlhokofetse. Before I started my treatment,
Yeah.
people were talking about me gore nna I'm dead. Ba ntatotse.
Ah, wala
And
tola
then
nna ke o
after ba
tsweletse.
mpona ke tswile maramanyana, they will come secretly go spiring. Ba re
Bonicodemus.
yeah.
Yes.
Hey, hape o ka re o ja di-purity ke re ee ka di jang ke re ntse di bua ka nna gore ke na le HIV ke na le yona fela.
And that's the way to stop the talk behind it.
Yeah.
Wena, ho tsheha ka ntho ya hao. We were.
Ke re
Wait.
wena nsebeng o nsebe o itse gore wena wa o robalane. Ke re
Yeah.
as long as o itse gore wa robalana
Yeah.
o exposed.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
no.
Yeah, no, hi, ladies. Thank you so much. I think we did justice to this. Disclosure is really important. We are avoiding little lawsuits. Guys, say if you infect a person intentionally, it's equivalent to a life sentence. That is that. Life sentence, they give you 25 years, they don't play. If
Yeah.
a person can prove that you didn't disclose to them, they will give you life sentence. It's as simple as that. So for your now, my peace is very important to me right now, and my sanity. If you decide to get into a relationship with me, no, I'm HIV positive. And if you decide to go and take PrEP, it's on you. How you want to do this relationship, we will talk, but know that yeah, you is equals to you. I don't even mention it because once you say you equals to you, people think that there's also a myth about this U is equals to you. I think we will close it next week. We'll talk about the U is equals to you and the
Yeah.
dangers that people expose themselves to about
Yeah.
the issue of U is equals to you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, ladies, take your flowers. Thank you very much for honoring me with your presence. And thank you for the lessons. Thank you for the love and the support. And yeah, we continue doing what we do. And God, who sees in secret, will reward our efforts.
Amen.
Thank
Must
you very
all the
much.
Thank you for
coach.
having me. Love you.
Love
Love
you,
you,
love
Miss
you.
Good. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
much. Good
Yeah.
night. Thank you very much to our viewers. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the following. I hope everyone who was here took something with them. Hi, Bowen and Tando. I was surprised why you just disappeared. I'll give you a call just now after the live, babes. Yeah, I will
Oh,
give you a
sorry,
call.
Tando. Yo, but I
I
hope
know she
you
was
sharp.
on her way to work.
Yo, but
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much, guys. We love you. If ever you need somebody to talk to, you are going through a mental breakdown at some point, follow Youth Matters on all social media platforms. We have booking forms. You can book a session. We have a life coach. We have a nurse, a spiritual guide. Bona. We are a full package, just like me. You see, I'm a full package, even though it's winter again. So yeah, I love you so much and thank you for the support all the time. And yeah, good night and have a blessed evening and the rest of the week. Thank you.
thank you, Coach.
Thank you,
Enjoy
Sis
the
Didi.
evening. Thank
Sanko.
you.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Good
Ma,
night.
we didn't reach 10,000, man.
We
Ho na
did.
na le batho ba bangata mo.
We did. We are on 11K.
Ow, nna ya ka mpontsha 9.4.
Oh, shame. Sorry. We are on 11K.
All right. Goodbye.
Good night, everybody. Oh, TV kwana kankana kwe. Na ya chaisa. Hayi ntho tsa lona di a kula gogo. Oh my goodness. All right, guys. Good night. Love you.